Are you seeing things as beautiful as I am? I'm so glad to have Lorene back. We've missed you from Mill Creek Gardens talking about, is fall a good time to plant?
That's the question of the week, and it's why is fall a great time to plant? It's nice because it's cooler weather. You have the cooler nights. A lot of root growth occurs fall and spring, and with the natural moistures of 2 seasons of cool weather before the heat of the summer, it's an excellent time to plant.
Okay, so I want to ask you now, some of my planters, they're just struggling. I mean, they just look like they've had it with the heat. Do I pull them out? What do I do?
Here's a really fun Halloween mix, pansy. Pansies love the cool weather. They'll be back in the spring also. You can also use these ornamental peppers. You can eat these, but they're hotter than a pistol. Okay. The flowering cabbages and kales, which we have a huge group down here, or huge ones down here in the front. On those cabbage and kale, you can replenish your flowers and beds with that and have some beautiful color. Trim them back a bit, fertilize them with a good water-soluble fertilizer. It's instantly available to those plants, and your planters can be beautiful for the fall.
Okay, all right, now let's start with grasses, because these are some options that you can put in your garden now too, right?
Absolutely. Grasses create lots of color, movement in with the wind. The slightest amount of air movement is good for those grasses. And we have so many different varieties. There's striped ones, green ones, blue ones. There's some that are native here. At the very bottom of the display here, there's sedges and juncus. Those are great for really wet areas, and they can take half a day of sun or more on all these grasses. And they're an excellent plant for just putting a highlight in the garden, and as they grow up from the springtime, they just keep changing and giving you these flower plumes on most of them. You'll see this one here is one of my favorite mid-size, about 3 foot tall. It's northern sea oats, and as these open up, they look like a little oat dangling in a group, and the slightest amount of movement, they just twitter. And then the fall color on this, they just keep going orangish or reddish and then get really deep red by the end of the season.
All right, what about this in here?
Okay, these are the different sedums. These are the tall sedums, and there's different colors of foliage on them and different flowers. This is a tall phlox. It starts blooming mid-July and blooms through the fall. This is really cool for shade. This is called turtle's head. Now, doesn't that look like a turtle's head?
So cute.
I have some asters here. Those are excellent for fall color, as well as mums. And this is a group of Rudbeckia daisies. And there's a Denver daisy, Cherokee sunset, little Suzette down there. And these are just beautiful fall colors. And so you have beautiful late season color that lends itself to fall colors of oranges and yellows and reds. And then these right here, this is Crocosmia. The strappy foliage is wonderful. They come in several colors. There's Lucifer, and this one here is an orange one. They are lovely for cut flowers also. So it's a beautiful time of year to be out in the garden, and it's really fun and lots of cool weather.
Okay, what about the roses? You brought a rose bush down there because roses are going crazy right now. And when do you cut those back? What do you do for fall with rose bushes?
Okay, cut them back so that the snow won't break the branches, but the best time to prune those is in March, and you can shape them and V them out where you don't have crossing branches. But I brought that one. It is Betty Boop, and it is a lovely one. We have about 500 roses left, and Leslie can help you with those roses.
Wouldn't you love to name all these flowers? We have Lucifer, we have Betty Boop. I mean, there's all kinds of fun things.
What? This right here is Solidago Goldenrod. This is the one you'll see in the mountains, the native one. This one here is called Lemon. And Can you see the difference of color? And this is like a lighter yellow. It's also dwarf. It's actually a little lemon, and it is a lovely little perennial that blooms late season.
Okay, so the grasses give you different texture and different heights, right?
And color, yes.
And color, and then you can move on. And fall doesn't always have to be orange and yellow.
That's right. Well, we have these, the green foliage with the red foliage, the red stems, like this one here. It's really cool with the red stems, and it's a highlight, and the different colors of foliage. And like this plant right here, this is a Euphorbia. It's actually related to the poinsettia, and it doesn't really bloom till late in the season. This is just a shorter one. It has all this different color, and the colder it gets, the more vibrant the colors get. So you don't even have to put perennials in with lots of color. As far as flowers, you can use the foliage as the different textures and the colors too.
So basically what you're saying, Lorene, is you don't have to have the struggling plants in the beds right now like some of mine are. You can just take them out and fill them in with some of these pretty fall things that will make your yard still look beautiful up until November.
Sure. My favorite Plumbago. I'm going to find it right here. This will bloom clear into the fall. This is a low ground cover. It doesn't even start bloom till about July. Dark sky blue flowers. The foliage, the colder it gets, the redder it gets, and it will bloom into Thanksgiving.
That's why they call things a late bloomer, right?
That's right.
All right, Mill Creek Gardens is the place to go. They have all this stuff out there, really. If you just want to show up and you just say, I need this color, what kind of plant do I need? Lorene and your whole staff is right there to help you. Their address is right there on the screen. You can also go to abc4.com. Click on Good Things Utah. We will link you right there to Mill Creek Gardens. Don't forget, go out this weekend and get some ideas for fall. Take out those struggling plants and make your yard beautiful for all to enjoy as well as yourself. Glenn, are you getting ready for your garden for the fall?
Boy, it's hard to believe it's that time of year, but it is, and those are some great tips.